Shalom, everyone. Giving all praises to the Most High, Elohim, and His Word and His truth. This film I'm about to expose is called Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. Now, as I showed in many films and the other Planet of the Apes, they know that we are the seed of Jacob. They know we are the Hebrew Israelites. They know we are the chosen people of the Most High God. And they're making fun of us in these films, mocking us, as the scriptures has said. But in this film, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, this is going to show how they basically went over there and got us from what they call Africa, brought us to America, and trained us how to work as slaves. Okay, but I'm gonna jump right into it and bring out some things. All right, here we go.
From the year, Senor Mando, when the two talking apes arrived on Earth and conceived a baby whose survival could have threatened the future of the entire human race.
Okay, so that baby who they're talking about that can threaten the entire human race is Mashiach, the one they call Christ, the Messiah, right? They're basically calling him an ape, right? But I'm going to bring more of it out and you're going to see. Okay, let's keep going.
Mr. Governor, it's my understanding the baby was shot dead with its parents.
So it was believed, Mr. McDonald. However, ever since this morning, I'm beginning to wonder if they shot the right baby.
The apes could have switched their baby with one stolen.
This is a recording of the recommendations made to the then President of the United States by the Chairman of the Presidential Committee.
And we believe that the male and female talking apes, Cornelius and Zira, have come to us out of the future. We believe their spoken testimony that some 2,000 years hence, their descendants will have all but exterminated the human race from the face of the earth.
So he said there is spoken testimony that their descendants will exterminate the entire human race. Let's get this in the scriptures. Genesis chapter 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Right? We went into slavery, 1619, as they say, and this is 2017, 2 more years ago. Verse 14, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. That's why he said their descendants are going to exterminate the entire human race. They know what's up, but let's keep going.
And we know that the female ape is now pregnant with child. The Commission therefore recommends that the birth of the female ape's unborn child should be prevented, and that both the male and the female should be rendered incapable of begetting another.
Basically, they need to stop the birth of Mashiach, the one they call Christ. Basically, that's what they're saying.
Let me remind you of the seriousness of our problem. You are unaware of the rising tide of disobedience, of outright defiance among the servant apes in our cities.
Right. We are defying them by waking up to this truth and exposing the lies that they have been pushing for hundreds of years. That's why he's saying the servant apes are being outright defiant, like me making these videos, exposing these videos. This is defiance, exposing who they are and what they're doing.
Mr. Governor, on investigation, many of the reported offenses have been proved minor.
The ape who was killed while trying to escape from the city last night. Would you call his offense minor, Mr. McDonald?
No, sir, I would not.
He physically assaulted his own master.
But only after what must have been severe provocation. The ape's entire body was covered with a series of welts and bruises inflicted by a beating.
Yes, those same beatings that we got in slavery. They're talking about us. Hello?
The ape who was killed while trying to escape from the city last night. The ape who was killed while trying to escape from the city last night. The ape who was killed while trying to escape from the city last night.
Notice he called them Hebrews. Those Hebrews killed last night while trying to escape. He's calling the apes Hebrews. They know that the so-called Negroes, who they call apes, are they real Hebrew Israelites. Right here.
Oh, burning with resentment. Or waiting for an ape with enough intelligence, with enough will to lead them. Waiting for an ape who can think.
All burning with resentment, right, for what you did, and waiting for an ape with enough intelligence to lead them, right? That's us waking up today with this wisdom of the Most High, waiting for an ape who can think. See, that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for you so-called Negroes to think, use your brain, open your eyes and see what's going on out here. See the truth that they're putting in these films. See the truth that they have in these college textbooks. Open a book and read. Stop being ignorant. Stop falling to their traps. You see, that's why he said he's waiting for an ape with enough intelligence to lead them. Waiting for an ape who can think, because they're talking about us.
Lot 8, one male chimpanzee in early prime and perfect physical condition. Take a good look at this specimen, ladies and gentlemen. This has to be the buy of the afternoon. Early prime, perfect physical condition.
Didn't this exact thing happen to us, right? Weren't we sold? Weren't we showcased, right, to be sold? They're talking about us. This film, these Planet of the Apes movies are about us. They're making fun of us, mocking us. But once again, they know who we are.
800, 850 over here, do I hear 9? Have 850 over here, do I hear 9? 900. I hear 9 over there, 9 over there, 9 over there. 950 over there on the end, 950 on the end. 1,000.
Joel chapter 3 verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people. That's exactly what they're doing right here. And have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Right here. Let's get a precept. Baruch chapter 4 verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies, not your friends. And that's why I say this is not a white man's book. They know exactly who we are, and this has happened to the so-called Negroes, not your so-called Jewish man. Precept, Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity, slavery, because they have no knowledge. That's right. We walk around like dumb coon Negroes with no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. This is why we went into captivity, because we don't have no knowledge of the scriptures, of the word of the Most High God to keep his commandments, to know that we are Israel. That's why we went into captivity, into slavery. There's your answer.
The belief that human beings are kind.
No, Caesar. There are some.
Oh, a handful perhaps, but not most of them. No, they won't learn to be kind until we force them to.
Exactly. They won't be kind until someone forces them to. Right.
Because your kind were once our ancestors. Man was born of the ape. And there's still an ape curled up inside of every man. The beast that must be whipped into submission. The savage has to be shackled in chains. You are that beast, Caesar. When we hate you, we're hating the dark side of ourselves.
Number one, we're not your ancestors. And number two, when you hate us, you hate the dark side of yourselves. How ignorant and how wicked, man. These devils, I tell you, boy. So now this last scene, y'all probably seen this before, in maybe another video I've shown, but this last scene basically is gonna have some scriptures at the bottom of it to go along with everything that he's saying, proving that they know the scriptures, right? Also, it just shows that, you know, this guy is representing the Messiah, Mashiach, who's coming to save his people. And they know that they are going into slavery when the Messiah returns for his people. When the Most High returns for his people, they know that for a fact. And it's right here in this film. Like I said, they're not going to spend millions of dollars to put these things in these movies if there's no truth to them. You see? So, once again, this is what they do. But here you go.
By what right are you spilling blood?
By the slave's right to punish his persecutors. By the slave's right to punish his persecutors.
The child of the evolved apes.
Whose children shall rule the earth.
For better or for worse?
Do you think it could be worse?
Do you think this riot will win freedom for all your kind? By tomorrow...
By tomorrow it will be too late. What you have seen here today, apes on the 5 continents will be imitating tomorrow for the inevitable day of man's downfall. The day when he finally and self-destructively turns his weapons against his own kind. Turns his weapons against his own kind. Turns his weapons against his own kind. The day of the writing in the sky when your cities lie buried under radioactive rubble. When the sea is a dead sea and the land is a wasteland out of which I will lead my people from their captivity. Which I will lead my people from their captivity. Which I will lead my people from their captivity. And we shall build our own cities in which there will be no place for humans except to serve our ends. And we shall found our own armies, our own religion, our own dynasty. And that day is upon you now.
And those who were our masters are now our servants. And those who were our masters are now our servants. Destiny is the will of God. And if it is man's destiny to be dominated, it is God's will. If it is man's destiny to be dominated, it is God's will.
I understand that in a few generations from now, people that look like me will serve your tribe.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because Africa. I know we have differences.
Right. Okay.
We have differences, but I see that, and I just want to ask you guys politely to not be as oppressive as we were. That's all I ask.
Whenever we had the rule,
you're right.
We're ruling over you.
That's
right?
right.
Okay. Not to be oppressive as you were with us, as you see
now
what
the
y'all
thing
done.
is, if you guys are, I don't fucking blame you. Pardon the French.
Right. Okay.
Anyhow, thank y'all for watching. Let me know what you think. Also, hit the link in the description. Support my mission. On that note, I say peace and shalom. Next video and lesson coming up shortly. Peace.